We're standing here today in Great Falls National Park, here on the Maryland side. Right across the river is the national park on the Virginia side, and in between is a really important asset called the Potomac Interceptor.
With this pipeline crossing from Virginia to Maryland underneath the Potomac River, the team needed to understand what conditions are occurring within the river, specifically rock quality and the geology. And what that tells us and will help us inform us is of what potential design alternatives can be considered as part of the construction or potential construction and rehabilitation of a redundant parallel pipe for the Potomac Interceptor.
So due to the remote location of the borings located in the river, we have to helicopter the crew and the equipment to the location of the borings. So that would include 2 helicopters. The first smaller one will lift the crew there. It's known as a human external cargo helicopter. So the guys strap up, they get lifted out there, the crew does. And then a larger helicopter capable of lifting the larger equipment. That's roughly a 16,000 pound rig. Then is flown out, the crew receives that, everything's situated and the boring is complete. We're doing rock coring here, so it's a triple barrel wireline system that we're coring to 50 to 70 feet.
We had to make a few accommodations in our approach to drilling. One was looking at the angle of the boring. Most of the time we drill vertical when we take samples and drill cores. Here we were interested in understanding the structure of the rock mass, and we know just by our site reconnaissance that the structure was vertical. So if we drilled a vertical hole, we wouldn't necessarily intercept that structure and understand and be able to map it better. So we decided to incline the boreholes, which made it a bit more challenging logistically, but it gave us an opportunity to hopefully intercept those vertical structures and provide us some understanding of what that structure is and how it's distributed across the river.
So a unique thing about this project from a geotechnical standpoint is not just that we're drilling in such a remote location that requires the crew and the equipment to be helicoptered in. It's the depth and the breadth of the investigation. So not only are we rock coring and getting those samples for testing, there's also packer testing involved, and we're televiewing the holes too. So there's a plethora of information that's going to be gathered by this and hopefully utilized well for a good design.
Once we pull the samples out of the ground, we put them in wood boxes and we ship them to a lab to test for various physical properties, rock strength, rock abrasivity, and many other tests that give us an indication of what type of rock it is, how strong it is, how tough it is, and how easy or hard it's going to be to work with once we start construction.
It's been very rewarding to work on a project of this magnitude and impact this early in my career. I've gotten to meet so many subject matter specialists, and being able to learn from them and hear from them and have them share their knowledge with me has been very rewarding. On top of that, I grew up in this area, so I grew up 10 minutes from here, and throughout my childhood I was hiking the C&O Canal and going to Great Falls, so knowing that a project I'm working on is going to have a positive impact on the community is beyond rewarding.
This work is unique because when you're in engineering school, you are taking classes like fluid dynamics and bringing that to real-world experience in the field, and then you add the layer and complexity of conducting geotechnical investigations within a active body of river. Makes it really exciting, right? This is a once-in-a-lifetime type of career project that we're using a helicopter to lower a rig into the river. How many times are you ever going to see that in your lifetime?
So right now, when we think about sustainability, reliability, we want to take a look at some alternatives that gives DC Water some options to take a look at how they can continue to provide that level of service now and into the future for generations to come.